Welcome to the Choppin It Up podcast featuring your boy, Jordan.
What up, what up? It's your boy, Eric.
And we're back at it with another episode. Eric, bro, what are we chopping it up about today?
This week, what we're talking about is, I've heard from a couple of people, is that you want to chase your dreams.
Yep.
You want to achieve your goals. You want to, find out how to chase your dreams. What do you need to do to achieve your dreams? And so we're going to kind of discuss a little bit how we're doing that.
Yeah, this is going to be an episode that is, it's not a music episode.
It's not a music episode.
But of course, we'll always do that. But I think it's always important that we have an episode to where we just kind of talk about like life, like stuff that we can all just kind of learn from and improve on. And especially when it comes to living your dreams and living the way you want to. I think that's important that we kind of have that conversation because, look, we might be talking about it, but me and Eric are still going through the phases of trying to do our thing. You know?
Like, we're of course, we're not, I don't know, experts, but who is?
Yeah.
Really. But we're definitely, making strides to try to follow our dreams and achieve our dreams. And I think we're both, on track to doing that. And we're both doing things in our life that are, aligned with our path of trying to achieve our dreams and our goals.
Yeah, and I think it's something that this is a topic that really should be talked about, a lot of times, really, just as a reminder, just as something to where we can really, like, be there for each other when it comes to situations to where we're struggling with, man, like, this living my dream stuff is tough. Like, and it is. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I think we have that podcast where we have opportunities to talk about a lot of different stuff, but stuff like this is when we really dive deep in and really kind of go into detail about what's important, little tidbits about what's important to really accomplish and live up to your dreams. Because I think, man, like I've always said, bro, we have one life to live, bro. Literally one life to live. And on this perfect world, like, I want to be able to do things that I want to do. Eric, I know you want to do things you want to do. And for whoever that's out there, like, I know y'all want to do things that y'all want to do. And I think it's important that we kind of help accomplish that so that we can kind of improve ourselves too.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people, they hear, chase your dreams or, go after your goals or whatever. Since we were kids, they're telling us to, to reach for the stars, follow our dreams, follow. But what does that really look like? And what, and the thing is, it can look different for everybody.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that goes with following your dreams that are going to be the same for everybody, and that's some of the things that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like I said, I get so hyped about conversations like this.
Yeah, me too.
This really comes from the heart. Not saying everything else doesn't, but this really something that just really like helps me talking about it, because it just reminds me, like, hey man, when things are rough, I can still do it because I have the mindset to go for it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people think that, motivation is going to get you through everything, but, it's hard to stay motivated all the time.
Yeah, it is.
And one thing that you can definitely do in your life is have consistency, and that's something you can decide to choose.
Yep.
So, we're going to talk about stuff like that.
Let's dive in. Yep.
One of the things that I think, that you first have to do whenever you're going to start this journey, because you can, you're going to start it sometime if you decide to do that.
Yeah.
And I think the first step into doing that is to figure out what you want to do with your life. What do you want to do in life, and be really self-aware and kind of reflect on the things that, that you're good at, the things that, are something that you're passionate about, that every time you think about it, that, you get fired up, and it's not something that feels draining or feels like it's work,
so
really.
I've had, even for me, I've had some issues to where, like, my mom would always tell me, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think before I even say that, before when I was younger, like in high school or middle school, we kind of go through those phases of where, like, what do I want to be when I grow up? We take so many classes in high school and middle school, and we take so many different things, electives that we might be interested in.
Yeah. And
it's like, I feel like the school system was trying to force us to be a certain person or to like a certain thing, and I had a struggle with trying to figure out what I wanted to do. My dad is in real estate. My mom, she does loans and mortgages and stuff. I was like, well, I definitely don't want to do what my mom does. My dad, but it's like I had issues with, like, what I really want to be when I grow up, and I wonder if that was like the reason why, because nothing like interested me except real estate or sports that really caught my eye to what I wanted to be. Then I was like, well, dang, I love to sell stuff. I love to build something from the bottom up. Okay, entrepreneurship. And so, but then my parents hear that and they're like, wait, nope.
Yeah.
It's almost like entrepreneurship is like, and I'm not saying that it's not a rare thing, but it's like, entrepreneurship is definitely hard, but it's just like, I feel like entrepreneurship gets kind of put down to where it's like, nah, you shouldn't go that route because it's so risky.
Yeah, I think it's one of those professions, one of those routes in life where, it's been tainted by, stigmas, by stereotypes that, a lot of people kind of associate with being an entrepreneur, which one of them being is, when you think of an entrepreneur nowadays, you think of a guy walking up to your door and like, hey, you want to buy these kitchen knives or whatever? Like that necessarily isn't what entrepreneurship is. There's a lot of different things that, you can do with being an entrepreneur, and, selling kitchen knives isn't just the thing,
No.
But I think just as kids, we're raised with these kind of expectations to follow these paths, and of course our parents are want what's best for us. They just want to make sure that we're good, that that we live a better life than they did. Usually that's the case, but I feel like once we get to a certain point in life, it really is up to us to decide what we want to do and what we're going to go. Because it honestly it is our decision, because at a certain point you're gonna have to make decisions for yourself and your future, and what your legacy is gonna be, and what you are, at the end of the day, what you want to do and what you want to be in life. And your parents for sure are gonna maybe have pushback if you want to be an entrepreneur, or if you want to be someone outside of the mold.
They definitely gonna hate it.
It's not easy, because of course they don't want to see their own kids struggle. But
that's what makes it fun, though.
A lot of people, we both love it. We both love the grind of things. We both love just getting dirty, and
I'm
just
still broke. No.
And like it's cool though, because like we both seen the growth in each other, and seen like the where we've started to where we are. And like I think for me personally, when it comes to this, my parents come from a background of, they didn't really have the opportunities that I did. And of course, them coming from, being born in Mexico, being raised there, living there almost, all of their life there up until their mid-20s, being in Mexico, like the opportunities there are not the same as here. And so it was really difficult for like my dad to, maybe realize what he wanted to do, which, sometimes you're not given those opportunities. And but even then, a lot of people that grow up that way appreciate things a little differently, instill different values, and it kind of fuels me a little bit. Because I'm like, what, they struggled this much, but yet they were successful in their own means.
Still made it through, man.
They were still, maybe they didn't reach everything they wanted to do, but they got to do a lot of the things that they wanted to do here. They're homeowners. They've had a business. They've done things. And it's a lot of us, I think we need that perspective into thinking of like, man, like where am I going to achieve my dreams? What am I doing? What steps am I taking? Because for them, it was getting out of where they were at and moving moving to new opportunities.
Getting out of your comfort zone, man. I mean, that's just one of the things that, I tell Eric this all the time. Like, man, I'm at the point now in my life where, and I'm still young, but I'm at the point now in my life where I'm like, if I'm doing something that I know is not contributing to my dreams, that I feel like I'm not doing anything right. I'm waking up early, like not turning the TV on. I used to be the person, man, where I would wake up at a decent time, and I'll turn the TV on and waste 2 hours of my day watching First Take on TV on ESPN. And it's already 11 o'clock, and the day is already flying by, and I'm like, crap, okay, now let's really get into that grind, because once your mind is kind of like settled early in the morning and you're just not doing anything, It's hard to get that vibe to kind of get up and just go.
Yeah, for sure. So, talking about that, I think, once you have that first step kind of figured out of like, you want to figure out what you want to do in life, you're,
what are your passions?
You've looked at yourself and you've really, been like really honest about things and really self-aware of like, man, I'm really good at this. I think the second step is to kind of just, change your mindset and prepare yourself to sacrifice a lot of things. Yep. Get ready to kind of, something we say a lot is to eat dirt.
Yeah, Gary Vee, man.
Just shout out to Gary Vee because he's a great person to kind of get a lot of this knowledge from.
Yep.
But by what we mean by eating dirt is like, get ready to just be, really, not have the best experience of going out, of like,
you basically have no life.
Basically, yeah. Like, when you're eating dirt, like, it sucks. You don't have pluckers every week kind of thing. You're not having these like fancy restaurants. You're not going to concerts.
You gotta go to McDonald's and stuff, man. Eat 4 for 4 every night.
Like you can't.
Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, like you can't go to concerts. You can't buy shoes. You can't buy. You're gonna have to struggle a little bit, ready to sacrifice some things, and a lot of people aren't ready to do that. Aren't really hungry enough to be willing to do that. To be willing to be poor for a little bit, be broke, to honestly to chase your dream.
Yeah, and that's where it comes down to what, like, that mindset of, okay, are you really focused about doing it, or are you just trying to look icy on the streets and have a nice car, And for a while, it took me to realize that, bro. I'm like the typical sneakerhead. Like, I love sneakers, and I have a ton at the house that I'm, not really proud of. But I was always buying shoes, always buying stuff every month, bro. There would be some Jordans that were coming out, and I would just be buying them. And Jordans are not cheap, bro.
No, they're not.
$200 a pair. Yeah, that's a pain
me.
That's a pain in the
butt.
Yeah, in the butt. The paycheck. And so I realized, like, man, they're just sitting in my closet, first of all. They're just collecting dust. And for me, I've always considered sneakers as an investment. Like, okay, I buy them, I wear them a couple times. If I really don't mess with them, then I'll sell it. And I still do that to this day. And I flip sneakers too. But I came down to, like, okay, well, I got to be very considerate of my money.
Mm-hmm.
I had to realize that, man, my credit cards are all maxed out. And I'm realizing, okay, I messed up with my money. I messed up with saving up, or I messed up with just getting credit cards and then racking it up. Like, there's nothing cool about that. Credit cards are like, I'm not gonna say it's a scam, but bro, you gotta be smart, dude. Like, you had to be super
you can get caught
smart.
up quick.
They try to make it seem like it's just everything, bro.
Seems like it, and like to be very transparent, I got caught up with credit card stuff when I was 18. I was new and I didn't really know about it. And, it really messed me up. It affected my credit, affected the way that I was able to get, like a car, the way that I was able to even get like a phone plan. Like, it really affected, a lot of things in my life. And that's one thing, you gotta educate yourself about things. You gotta be very aware of what you're doing with your finances, your time. And, we hear this a lot, they're like, well, I don't have time to do my side hustle. I don't have time to do this or that. Or
find a way.
Yeah, like, are you willing to sacrifice a little bit? Are you willing to change some things up in your life? Like, if you're, living in a nicer apartment, are you willing to, downsize? Are you ready to do those things?
Yeah.
Are you ready to sacrifice things in order to chase your dreams?
And that's what Gary Vee talks about a lot. Like, Gary Vee is super on, like, what are your expenses? Like, what are you buying that you just don't need? And that really, honestly, that was like the ding for me. Like, I realized, okay, like, I'm over here buying sneakers, or I'm over here buying just stuff that I really don't need. Yeah. And it's just gonna sit there. Like, stop. And like Gary always say, stop buying stupid stuff, man. Like, buy your necessities that you need, your toiletries that you need. Like, you need that. You need food. You need water. But don't go out every weekend. Don't go to Wingstop every day. Like, just cut back. And I want to, but don't, because it adds up, man.
It does,
Cook
honestly.
more at the house, man. Cook more. Like, pile up on groceries, and so that you're set for like two or so weeks, and just really budget, because once you realize that you're spending money on stupid stuff or you're going out, I don't think people realize, like, when you go out to eat a lot, like, throughout the week, that adds up, bro.
It does. And I'll be, honest.
Another check.
To me, that's a really bad habit that I currently still am working on is the eating out so much and like, doing, because it is tough, man. You're on the go. You're trying, you're on the go. You're trying to, you're like, man, I don't have time to go back home and make food. Or, man, I got home late from work. I ain't trying to cook. I'm just trying to eat. And so it is hard, but like it takes discipline and consistency and being honest about being self-aware of like, man, you know what? I am spending too much money on food. I am spending too much money on shoes. Why do I have all these streaming accounts if I don't even watch, all of,
I mean, it comes down to going to the movies too much. I mean, it comes down to a lot of things. And people are not willing to sacrifice just the smallest things. And I guarantee you it'll make a big difference, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you if you go to the grocery store and just pack up on groceries and cook at the house and go out once a week, maybe twice, it's going to be an immediate change. And you're going to feel better about yourself. Your pocket's going to be looking a little bit heavier. And you're just going to feel like, okay, you know what? It's not cool to be going out all the time. Because I don't even have the money like that, first of all.
Yeah.
But it's just the small things like that can really help you achieve because you have more money to invest in yourself.
Yeah, and like, we're talking to ourselves in this. We're with you guys on this journey as well. We're still trying to figure things out. We're still trying to learn how exactly like a budget looks like to really be on this grind because it's not easy,
Yeah.
And, it wasn't meant to be easy.
No, no, it's not.
It wasn't meant to be easy to chase your dreams. And,
no, it's not.
A thing that I think that we have such a problem with is that we feel entitled to our dreams. We feel entitled to the things that we want to do. Like, well, I worked, this hard to get this dream. It's like, you're not entitled to anything. And I think it comes down to a perspective thing. Like you don't deserve anything.
No.
And like,
no.
If you're going to give something, don't expect something in return. And I think in the long run, it'll make you happier because you're not having this like, man, like I deserve to get something back. You won't be upset when someone doesn't return the favor. You won't be upset when, something doesn't come back to you. Like you're going to be happier in the long run, not having these crazy expectations with life, You
have to work hard, man.
And you do. You gotta work really hard.
You have to bust your butt, man. I mean, it's not easy. Like we said, it's not supposed to be easy. But I think for me, until this day, I still enjoy the process of getting to where I want to go. Because I already know that I'm not going to get there without working hard.
Yeah, and no one does.
Yeah.
We always look at, people who came from the ground up. We look at, like, Nipsey Hussle, man. Like, the dude had almost every opposition you can name given to him. And he did amazing things with what he had.
Yeah.
But all it took was, a lot of grinding, a lot of hustling, a lot of, making time for things that,
taking risks too.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of risks. And I think people are not willing, and I think, at least for me, and I'm not throwing no shade at my family. I love my family, my parents. But I think taking risk is like one of those things that people say not to do. Like our parents obviously want us to be safe, secure, all that. But I think, most of the billionaires and millionaires out here, they took risks. They went against the grain. They just woke up and was like, you know what? Yeah, society says do this, but I'm going to do this because really this is where I should be. You know? And I think that comes with a lot of things. Like you have to be willing to take risks, man, because if you don't, you won't get to where you want to go.
Yeah, you got to be willing to be uncomfortable, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of people are scared of like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do about this or that, these bills. Like, okay, like what bills can you cut out that you don't need? Like what can you do without? Because like honestly, it was a struggle for me for the longest of time because I was doing everything on my own. Like I was doing freelance work for a lot of people and like trying to figure it out. And I'm not where I'm at in life if I wouldn't have just taken a step of faith and like been like, all right, God's got me, and I'm just gonna do. I was just gonna do my part. I gotta do my part. I gotta put in the work and the effort to actually learn certain things, or like to talk to people and to really get out there and just grind. You know?
And
a lot of people don't want to grind.
Yeah, nobody wants to grind. Nobody wants to wake up early and go to sleep late and really just literally you're just grinding, man. Like you're just hustling to the point to where it's like, yo, like that when you get to a point to where you're like, dude, like I've been doing so much, like I've been working so hard and things are not coming. You're actually on the right process if you think about it, because even though things are not coming, it's just not an immediate process. It's on the way. You're a step closer to your dreams by accomplishing what you accomplished today, tomorrow, even yesterday. Every day we have to realize our time is valuable, bro. And I'm bro. My dad used to always tell me this. Your time is your best asset, bro. So that means every day, bro, every second of the day, ask yourself, what am I doing to make money? What am I doing to build my business? What am I doing to accomplish my goals, my dreams? What am I doing to be healthy? Whatever it is, every day you have to ask yourself that, because each day is going to go by. Time's not going to stop and be like, all right, I'll give you 2 hours to figure out. And then we'll keep going. It just keeps going. And I think that's where we are now, because things are just going so fast. And social media is that perfect thing where it's like, social media is telling us, hey, we need to be like this. And all these celebrities, everybody, they look all good, but that's what I'm saying, man. People have to be careful with social media, bro, because it might look perfect, but really it's not.
Yeah, man. Like, that's something that I had to really work on when I was starting to do this, and like trying to get better and feeling like, man, I'm not getting anywhere. Like, man, all these people are like already doing their thing. They're already like, I see them on the gram, and like
I had this every day, dude.
Like, man, they're out here doing it. They're they're working hard. They're getting business. They're they got clients. And one thing I realized that I had to stop paying attention to where people are in life. And when I decided that I wanted to chase my dreams, then I had to start. I had to actually start. That I couldn't just be like, man, they're too far ahead. They're like, I'm not gonna get there. And I realized that I'm not competing with them. I'm competing with myself. And like, I'm further along in the race whenever I start than when I haven't.
And tortoise in the hair, bro.
And like, it doesn't matter that you're in last place. What matters is that you push yourself and you finish the race, and that you continue to run no matter how far behind you think that you are. And that you got to realize, like, wherever you are in that race, you are further along than when you started.
Don't be afraid to take L's. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is going to come with anything when it comes to chasing your dreams. You're going to always fail at something. And people will always be like, bro, I'm never going to fail at anything. Like, yes, you are, bro. It's a part of life. We all fail.
Everybody fails. Like, the greats have failed.
Yeah, they take hell out.
Everybody that has done something like incredible has failed.
Yeah.
If you look back historically, there is no way. There's not a single person in history other than Jesus that has failed.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Like, if you're looking back, you gotta look at everything, man. You gotta look at the people who created the wheel, created the
airplanes, bro.
Light bulbs, who created the cell phone, who created like the computers, who created cars. Like, they all failed, but it.
And got turned down multiple times too.
Yeah.
Nobody took them seriously.
And like, if you're gonna chase your dream, you gotta be okay with losing and failing, and like enjoy that. Because if you don't enjoy making progress and falling forward and and failing forward, then you're gonna be stuck.
Look, the greatest motivation is when somebody tells you you can't do it, and then you do it, and then you show them that you did it. And then you say, what can you say now?
Yeah, like...
I mean, that's just the perfect, that's the perfect thing.
Like, a lot of people have doubts. People are going to doubt your words.
Oh, yeah.
People are going to doubt your words, but what they can't doubt are your actions.
Yep.
They can't doubt what you have done.
Yep.
So, like, it's really up to you, And, if you want to chase your dreams, if you want to do something, I don't know what everybody's trying to go for, what everybody's trying to do. If you want to have your own business, if you want to, own a business, or if you want to, be a videographer, photographer. If you want to start something, you know, I don't know what you want to do, you know, what your dream is. You want to be a musician, you want to, you know, be touring, you want to be doing this stuff. It takes action.
Yep.
A lot of people are very much so caught up with the talk of it, the, you know, the planning.
Yep.
And it's like, just do it.
Just do it. No, I mean, that's really the whole thing, man. It's just about doing it. You know, faith without action is dead, bro. Like, faith without works is dead. And so it's like, we don't do anything about it, nothing is going to come of it. And I think that it's important that we realize that every day, that, hey, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, when it comes to being a business owner, when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to being healthy, that comes with you doing the things to get you there. And that's something that I tell myself every day. Like, look, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I know that I don't have all the money to have a trainer. I don't have all the money in the world to have a nutritionist or somebody that cooks food for me. I have to take my butt to the store, get the healthiest food, research the healthiest food, go to the gym. I have to get in my car and do everything it takes for me to get to the gym when I don't want to. And once you realize, okay, I'm here, I'm there, I'm accomplishing it, you will get there. It just takes time, bro. And
patience, man.
The patience, and I struggle with patience all the time, bro. I can't stand like I'm like that immediate like gratification. I need it now, but you realize how precious the process is, bro, of growing something from the bottom up and seeing your weight drop or seeing your business develop. You building more clients, you building more customers. You're like, dang, I came from 0 to 100, and you have a serious testimony to talk about because you realize that I had no money. I barely had any money to start a business, but you did it. Now you're making millions, or you're making enough money for you to survive, or whatever. The process is the best part, bro. Yeah. That's why trust the process is the realest statement you can ever have.
And like, I love what you were saying about, you know, it's you. It's, you know, you don't. Maybe we don't have everything. A lot of people make those excuses. We have a million excuses for things. You know, man, the reason I'm not, you know, doing this or that is because I don't have this. Yeah. And it's like, well, if you did have that, would you do it? Like, honestly, you know, we have to take responsibility for ourselves because nobody can take that for you.
No, nobody.
Like, we have to be responsible for ourselves and keep ourselves accountable. And we have to be the ones that are like, man, you know what? I have to do this. Like, you know, and that goes into the whole, like, you know, it requires sacrifice. It requires being self-aware because, like, a lot of the time we'll be like, you know, the reason I'm not here is because of them or because of them or because of this. And it's like, really, like, you have control over certain things in your life. You get to decide, you know, are you going to wake up early, go to the gym? So, you know, it really is your responsibility to be responsible for yourself.
It is. No. And I think sometimes, and it's crazy to say this, but I think this is really true. I think sometimes our greatest enemy is ourselves.
I 100% agree that it is.
Our greatest enemy is ourselves. When we sit down and we're like, I just can't do this. You're basically having somebody else tell you can't do it, but really it's yourself telling you can't do it. Think about that. Like, nobody is sitting in front of us saying, hey, bro, nah, bro, don't even do it. Like, you ain't going to lose no weight. Nah, you ain't going to accomplish your goals. Nah, you ain't going to build no business. Nobody is sitting in front of us telling us that. It's our own minds that is playing games with us. And really the devil that's saying, hey, you ain't going to be able to do that. But nobody that's telling us that. Imagine when somebody tells you that. Well, how are you really going to react when really you hear that
you get
from somebody
fired
else?
up. Like,
so when you talk to yourself, change that mindset, change those thoughts to, I can do this, or I will do this, I can accomplish this. That positive affirmation is real because I'm all about, like, law of attraction, bro. Like, whatever you speak out will come into fruition. So there'll be some times where I'm like, damn, bro, I want a nice car, bro. I want a Jeep or whatever, and I see all these Jeeps everywhere around me. It's crazy, and people don't really believe it, but it's true. And if you keep speaking negatively of a situation about yourself, you're gonna be feeling so down on yourself. But if you start speaking positive, you're gonna have a different vision of about, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah.
Because you're your own person, bro. Don't let your mind change the way you think. You got to change the way your mind thinks.
Yeah. I
get an amen.
Amen. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Because You know, a lot of us will be so ready to be negative about things because it's easy to fall on the negativity train.
Oh man,
it's easy to just add on to it because it's easier to talk, crap about something than it is to talk good about something. No matter what it is, like,
I feel like it's society too, man.
Yeah,
everything is about negativity, bro.
When you look on Twitter, bro, like, people are always quick to dismiss things, to talk crap about everything. They're ready to, like, you hear the negative before you hear the positive.
Yeah,
and it's true.
All the negative stuff gets the most retweets, but the positive stuff gets the less.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, you gotta be able to be very positive and very self-aware that, like, okay, you know what, I am doing this, I am speaking negatively about myself, I am doing this, and you gotta do it, speak out loud, man. Like, you gotta, sometimes I tell people, sometimes you gotta walk into a room, take authority of it, man. Like, you gotta say something positive. If you're in a group of people that are, like, talking trash about something or just saying something, like, sometimes you just gotta speak out and be like, oh, you know what, like, this or that, like, just say something positive and watch and look if the room doesn't change, or the feeling of the vibe of the room doesn't change. It's gonna feel different, it's gonna feel better, and it's not gonna be heavy.
And that starts too with listening to positive podcasts, listening to people that influence you to be better. I mean, I'm always listening to motivational. I can listen to motivational stuff all day, and it helps keep your mind just focused, or even surrounding yourself with positive people. I mean, you can't
I think that is a huge step in your chasing your dreams, is look at who you're surrounding yourself with, because a lot of the times we get caught up in, like, we'll stick with this group of people and they're all, like, just negative. They're all just, like, they don't want to do anything else than do their, regular 9 to 5 or do whatever. Like, how do you expect yourself to, be motivated to do anything whenever you're not surrounding yourself with people that are hungry for that? Like, you got to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, that, and you got to just be honest, like, sometimes you don't know about certain things, and you got to have that group of people that you can go and get some wisdom and get some game from, And
but also too, like, having somebody that will cheer you up, but also keep it 100 with you.
Like, you for sure don't want to be surrounded by yes men.
They're gonna tell you everything that you need to know, you need to hear, and you need to learn. And I think, just having that people in your corner that will always uplift you, but will always get on your butt about, hey, you're struggling with this, but hey, bro, you gotta keep grinding, bro. You gotta
hustle.
You gotta feed yourself. You have to get up and do what you gotta do, because life isn't gonna throw you money. Life isn't gonna throw you all the things that you want. If you truly, like, it's crazy. If you truly want to get something, just work hard to get it. Like, it's gonna happen. If you know that, if I wanted to get a nice whatever car or a nice whatever, I have to work my butt off to get that. Now, obviously, that's not the main thing I want to get, but it's just important that we realize, to get to where we want to go, you have to do the things that are tough.
And I think, it also comes to, like, asking yourself, how badly do you want it? How badly do you want to achieve your dreams? How badly do you want to chase after this?
And really the reason why, like, why are you, like, are you doing it for the money? Which is, you really shouldn't be doing it for the money.
If you're doing it for the money, you're going to burn yourself out, because it's not going to be a marathon. It's going to be a sprint to see how much money you can get in so little time. And you're going to be tired and burnt out, and you're not going to be wanting to do that. And I'm telling you from experience that it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you in the long run to chase after something for the money, because you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be satisfied with the amount of money you have. I'll tell you that right now.
I think too, like, money is great. Trust me, it's great. But don't let that be the everything, man.
Don't let that be your motivator.
Like, don't let that be the main reason, man. Like, of course you want to get that money, you want to get the bag, but it's important that we realize that money isn't just everything.
Money isn't everything. I will say that. I will say, you can't buy certain things. You can't.
It helps.
Can't buy time.
Problems, but you
can't buy time. No. You can't buy
your family,
your relationships. Nope. You can't, like, buy that. The quality of life at the end of the day, where you are gonna be, happy. with money, because there's a lot of rich people that are depressed.
Man, I can go on.
A lot of rich people that are depressed. So
I can go on a whole conversation about that.
If there's rich people that are depressed, do you think that money's gonna really change, change that for you? And for some people it might help, but it won't be a long run thing. It won't be for the long run. You gotta look for your happiness, man.
Yeah, and that comes from within, really. And I think it's important that we realize that if we're not happy with ourselves, how can we be happy with others, or how can we love on others when really we're not happy with ourselves?
Yeah, we gotta be confident. We gotta have our self-esteem high. We gotta love ourselves and know that it doesn't. You're gonna have haters. You're gonna have people that don't like you. You're gonna have things that go wrong with people, but you gotta know they don't know you. They have never been through your shoe. They haven't been on walking through your shoes. All that phrase is so real that people don't know what you're going through. People don't know where you've been to get to where you're at. So you really got to be able to love yourself, because there's going to be haters. There's going to be people opposing you, and you're going to have those haters, but know that when you have haters, you're doing something right.
You're definitely on the right track. But really, man, I think to kind of sum this up, man, I just, for me, like, I care about others, and I just want to see people be successful, man. I think this is like the perfect time, bro, to really accomplish what you want to accomplish. There's so many opportunities. There's so many avenues. There's so many ways to get to the path of to what you really want to get to. And I think that it's just important that we realize, like, hey, don't let social media fool you, bro. Don't let social media tell you that you'll get it tomorrow, or you'll get it the next week. Like, you'll get it eventually, but let the process be the fun time. Let the process be the time to where it's tough, it's hard. You don't see the money in your bank account immediately. You don't see the fun in it, but eventually, man, you realize, like, you know what? I was thankful for those moments of when it was tough for me to find money to eat, or it was tough for me to find things, because sometimes, man, it takes struggles, man, to get to where you want to go, and that's what makes it fun. Like, it sounds cliche, it sounds like it's one of those things that's where it's like, oh yeah, you just talking, but really though, I'm going through it. Like, we're all going through it. We're still young. We're still in that phase where it's like, dang, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I want to go through it, but it's like, you know what, I have to, because I know where I want to go. Nobody's gonna choose it for me but myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think I'll end it with these two thoughts. One of them being a quote from Seth Rogen, of all people. I was watching Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld, and something that Seth Rogen said that really resonated with me. And he was laughing and with Jerry about it. But when Seth Rogen moved out to California, and he wanted to be a stand-up comic, that was his dream, that was his goal, and he said, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian until I actually got around people who actually wanted to be stand-up comedians. Wow. And it's like, what he was saying is that, he really wanted it, but he didn't actually really want it. Like, he didn't want to put all the effort into doing it. Like, that wasn't his avenue. He wasn't being realistic with himself. He wasn't doing something that he was actually, gonna be good at. And sometimes you gotta be self-aware.
That's true about a lot of things too. So many things.
Like, surround yourself with those people that want it with you, and see if you actually want it. See if you're willing to put in the effort. See if you're willing to go through the struggle to get to where you want to go, and then you will be somewhere on the right path.
That's true.
And the last thing I want to leave you guys with is, if you're wanting to do or produce something you've never done before, or you've never produced before, it's going to require you to start doing things that you've never done before.
Yep. Drop the mic, bro, at that point. Seriously, that's just one of the realest things, because you have to do things, man, that you've never done before to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, if you want to do something,
you gotta change it up.
Yeah, if you want to do something new, you want to do something that you've never achieved, then you're gonna have to do something different. You can't keep doing the same thing to try to reach a goal that's new.
If you're doing the same thing and you see no improvement, then something is not right, and that's when something new needs to be adjusted and figured out. Because sometimes it takes those new avenues, those new trails to get to a new place. And you realize, okay, you know what I was doing before, the same process that I was going through, it's not working. It's nothing is getting achieved by doing that. So go on a different route, and I promise you it will help you get to where you want to go.
Yep.
So, man, I mean, we can go all day about this, and we'll definitely do more topics about this coming soon. But Eric, man, I think we definitely kind of talked about the basic stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like really what to how to accomplish your dreams and to get to where you want to go. And like we said, for us, we're still going through it. This is our daily reminder to get after it, to grind. But I think it's important that when you speak it, man, it can happen. And as long as you put in the work and you put in the daily grind, you can accomplish whatever you want to be and whatever you want to do. But don't let anybody tell you can't do it. Don't let anybody say, man, that's not worth it. As long as you're doing the right things, of course. But I think it's important, man. It's just, like I said, you're your own person. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Put those headphones on and grind and get up and do what you got to do. Don't sleep in until 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you want to. I don't know anybody that sleeps in to 12 o'clock that, is out here making it. You got to grind, people. Get your hustle on.
You got to grind. Get your hustle
on.
And
we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, peace.